Boots and Norman. Let me preach from the boxing pulpit.
Do your thing.
Let's get behind this fight because I love this fight. This fight is slept on. We spent, how many years have we spent almost begging and pleading Shakur Tank, Haney, Tank, T.O. Devin, Shakur Devin, like just bet over the young American champions. Meanwhile, Norman and Ennis have a different swag to them. They're grown-ass men. Even Norman at 24. He's younger than Haney and Stevenson and Tank, but something about him feels like a more down-to-earth, regular-ass, grown-ass man, right? I like his personality. They call it a spade, right? I agree. And he's won a belt already. Shout out to Keyshawn. Keyshawn's going to go to 140 and still has a bright future. I'm not trying to throw shade at him, but you've seen Keyshawn won his WBO, and it went to his head a little bit. Brian Norman won his WBO. He's still that down south, Atlanta, down home kind of guy, and I like that. So I see him getting slept on a little bit. That's why he's fighting in Japan, right? It's like he's not. So you got the guy from the dirty south, from Atlanta, with bricks in his hands. You got the Philly Bull, flashiest, maybe the most talented athletic fighter in the game right now, and they both go for the knockout when they fight, and Norman, he's the underdog, but he's a live dog because he has bricks in his hands. And if Boots is getting caught by Delorme or Karen Jukajan or David Avanesian, what happens if Brian Norman lands that shot? Something could happen. So I love the fight. The way we've been pleading for these other fights, I'm pleading for this fight. Eddie Hearn, you mentioned Eddie says a lot of things. Eddie let something slip about Stanionis. He said Stanionis made more money than Boots Ennis. So So originally it's like, okay, Team Norman priced themselves out. Everybody agreed on that. They priced themselves out. And I still think Mr. Norman Sr., maybe in the back of his mind, I can't read minds, but maybe it's, hey, my son's 23, Boots is 27. We just got to this championship level. Why take this fight now? It's not advantageous to my son, right? Now it's about a year later. He's going to have 2 title defenses under his belt if he gets this Sasaki fight. All right, now let's do it, right? And Eddie, what they're probably thinking now, it's not as easy to say they just priced themselves out because Eddie said Stanionis got more than Boots did when they unified. So if you can overpay this is probably why Eddie doesn't want to do the fight. He probably lost money making a move happen for his fighter. I'll give credit to Eddie Hearn. He'll do that. He did that for Devin Haney. He's complaining about how he did it for Richardson Hitchens. Like sometimes he'll lose money in getting you to the title fight in hopes that he can make money once you get to a certain level. So Team Norman's like, hey, you overpaid Stanionis, overpay us. This is a better fight. This is a more desirable fight. I would just hope that Hearn and Team Ennis, they wait for this weekend to conclude. They make Norman a good offer, a realistic offer. And if Team Norman turns it down, then move to 54 and do what you got to do. But I'm pleading, try to make this fight one more time.
So is it a better fight at 147 or a better fight at 154?
It's only a meaningful fight at 47.
Why?
Because it's the best versus the best at 47. At 54, it'd be 2 welterweights who haven't done anything at 54 fighting at 154.
But maybe,
still a good fight.
Wish I could argue that.
But maybe later on down the line, right? These 2 champions move up, get a championship over at 54, fight. A little bit older, right? Maybe let's just say 29 and 25, right? Both guys are more, in the man's strength. It could be a better fight. Could be.
Time.